Hi, Chef Ryan Phillips here. Growing up in the States, I kind of took rice for granted. And when I came to Korea, I would hear my Korean friends say things during lunch like, oh, the rice is hard today, or oh, the rice is soft today. And it took me about a year before I kind of picked up on that sort of thing. But rice can be such a beautiful thing, especially with just a few other ingredients. And that's today's dish, Samchi Sotbab. This is a one-pot dish, so I've got 3 cups of rice here. That's gonna make about 4 portions. We need to wash this rice 3 times. We've got short grain rice here, of course, because that's what we always use in Korea. So we need to wash it 3 times to remove the excess starch from the outside of the rice. Now we just need to strain this, letting it drain while we prepare our other ingredients. So as I was saying, you only need very few simple ingredients for this dish, and that starts with oolong, or this burdock root, and we just need about 100 grams of this. So I'm gonna peel down the root. Now, where I grew up, burdock root is not a very popular ingredient, but places like Brazil, Portugal, Spain, Italy, they know about this mild sweetness you get out of this, and of course, earthiness too. So we've got about 100 grams here of the burdock root peeled, and we're just gonna slice these into little rings. These are going into the pot with the rice during cooking. Next up is ginger. Just want to get about 1 tablespoon worth here. This is going to add this lovely floral aroma to the rice. Now I get to tell you about one of my favorite toys in the kitchen. That is my dolsot pot here, or my stone pot. This thing is the original pressure cooker. The lid is so heavy that it actually creates a little bit of pressure inside while cooking. Now I realize it might be hard for you to find a dolsot or stone pot like this. Not to worry, if you have a Dutch oven or maybe a pressure cooker, you can still make this recipe. So it's time to get our rice and our burdock root and ginger into the stone pot. Give it a little bit of a mix. So we had those 3 cups of rice in there, so we're gonna do almost 3 cups of water to match. So we're starting off with high heat, and we're gonna see some steam start to come up here when it gets to pressure. We're gonna let that go on high for about 3 minutes, and then we're gonna turn it down really low and let it continue for another 10. While our rice is cooking, we're gonna make a lovely sauce to enjoy with it. We're gonna start with 1 clove of garlic, minced, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of water, a half a tablespoon of rice vinegar, a teaspoon of sesame oil, a teaspoon of honey, a teaspoon of red chili flake. All right, a couple more ingredients. Some toasted sesame seeds, but I'm gonna toast them just a little bit more. The reason for doing this is it just brings out a little bit more flavor from these sesame seeds. And now we can get them into our sauce. Now, most of these scallions we're going to use on top of the rice later, but let's take 2 of the bottoms, just the white part, and dice it up for our sauce here. Our rice is nearly done, so it's about time to add our samchi, or our Spanish mackerel. But you should know that Sotbab is very versatile. There's a lot of different things. You could use any kind of fish. Sometimes other meats or shrimp are added on at this time. Let's take our samchi. We're using this today because it's in season now, and I love Spanish mackerel. I want to cut this in half, and I'm going to give it a few scoring marks here. This is going to cook over our rice here, so I just want to season it a tad. And now, to bring out a little more flavor with this, I'm just gonna lightly hit it with a torch just to kind of scorch the skin just a little bit. All right, now this aroma is out of this Spanish mackerel, and my rice is done. Turn off the heat, open the lid, lay these on there, and that torched skin is now gonna seep into the rice itself. So, fire's off, lid back on, we wait about 10 minutes, and that fish will be cooked perfectly all the way through, and it'll be almost time to eat. All right, a couple more ingredients. Let's get some scallions here. So just the tops of 4 scallions or so, chopped up fine. And last, we've got a really unique Korean ingredient. This right here is shilgochu. They're dried red chilies that are then kind of sliced into really thin ribbons. And it makes a lovely garnish and adds this aroma and flavor that you can't get from anything else. Just breaking them up a little bit easy. All right, moment of truth here. Let's get our Sotbab. Take a look inside here. Oh, yeah. A couple more ingredients here. A little bit of this rice wine, it's called Cheongju. This will help loosen up the rice. We're just gonna do 2 tablespoons. And any alcohol in here is gonna evaporate really quickly. Then we'll get our scallions on. And lastly, we've got our shilgochu, these little ribbons of dried red chili. And our Samchi Sotbab is done. All right, it's time to eat. Gotta mix this up a bit. Oh, it smells amazing. I highly suggest you try it without any of the sauce we made first, just so you can see how just kind of magical it can be just to have the rice with a few ingredients. The oolong, or the burdock root, got really soft, and it just gives this earthy sweetness. The fish is mixed throughout, a little brightness from the scallions. Now, just a little bit of our sauce we made. Doesn't need much. Just to bring out some more flavor. It's dishes like this that really open my mind to how amazing Korean food can be. There's so many recipes like this that you just have to kind of search a little bit more to find, but there's this subtlety to them that continues to amaze me.